Where is the red meat when the dinosaurs were alive? These dinosaurs did not have a bunch of man-made toxins. These dinosaurs did not have a bunch of depleted nutritious nutrients in the soil. They had very fertile soil. They had lots of variety, and they had meat, which is the very most bioavailable, nutritious thing that you could consume. Hi guys, this is Elizabeth Quam from Engedi Grove, and I'm glad that you're here watching. I'm a homesteading mother, and we are transitioning from one homestead to another. And if you didn't catch the end of my last video, we did find our farm cats just a couple days after sending out those flyers. I got several calls and we found our cats. So they are home and safe, and also walking around our neighborhood a little bit. So we have a couple people watching out for them and feeding them while they kind of come and go from our acreage that we're building right now. And I've got some new pictures for you to see of the progress on our shouse that we're making. So last video, I kind of maybe bored some people to death about some of the health talk, and I'm not really sure. I feel like in the future, going forward, there might be like a video like that, maybe every 2 weeks or maybe more, depending on in the future if people like that sort of thing. It's more meaty than some people want to hear maybe, but I enjoyed making it. So I have to kind of balance what people will be interested in and what people won't be interested in. When you comment and when you like and when you subscribe or when you say something, any kind of input is helpful to a content creator, because especially one that is starting out, to kind of know what to not focus on or what to focus on, or any tips or advice. You're people, and I care to listen to what you have to say. So I wanted to make a video today talking about what I had learned in Colorado about uric acid and about dinosaurs. So this does have content because of my experience about God. And a lot of people have conflicting thoughts and theology, and I don't know a Christian that absolutely believes the same as another Christian about absolutely everything, their interpretations and blah, 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 blah. And I can understand why some people think that, the whole Christianity in itself is a delusion, and that you're trying to keep up with that delusion, that master delusion of a whole tribes. And I understand that. I can see how that could be thought of as a whole delusion. But because I have experienced what I experienced in different ways at different times, I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I believe in the Bible, and there are many interpretations, as many as there are Christians, to exactly everything about the Bible. So anyway, so I'm going to tell you an experience I had that I felt like was strange. And do I know for sure whether it was like divine or not? I don't know, but it was weird, and I had some weird takeaways from that experience. So I was in Colorado. We were vacationing in Colorado, and I was going around and kind of feeling a little bit depressed because I was listening to them talk about the evolution and blah, 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 even though we have not a very good fossil record for that, and there's lots of contradicting evidence. But I was trying to take care of my kids too, so I had sat down and I was praying and I was just asking God. Sometimes things are confusing sometimes, and sometimes things don't all make sense, and I don't think we're ever going to know or make sense of it all. And I was just asking God for some encouragement, and I got up from my seat and I walked over to a plaque on the wall. And that plaque, my eyes were drawn right to the center of the plaque, right in the center. And the word fungal was right in the center. And you guys will know, and if you don't already, that I believe that fungus is actually a large part of the diseases that we have, the fungal toxins that we are exposed to through medicine, through our home environments, through everything. It is not just antibiotics. There's lots of mold mycotoxin medications, and used even in the fields, and our fields have gotten more fungal. There's a larger fungal load in our fields, and I think that's why a lot of people are getting some relief while doing the paleo diet or the caveman diet, is because of fungal toxin loads in our bodies. Anyhow, my eyes went right to the word fungal, and on this plaque it was talking about how these dinosaurs had evidence of diabetes and bacterial and fungal infections and viruses and cancer, and also had gout. One dinosaur in particular, or a few dinosaurs, they found evidence of gout. Gout is thought to be they call it the disease of kings. Follow me here. And they believe it's because of all the rich organ meat that was seen as something of a delicacy, because they knew how much organ meat was nutritious for the body. So the kings were able to eat a lot of the organ meat. And this dinosaur had gout. And a dinosaur is genetically made to eat meat. And what also a lot of researchers have already tried to push out the idea that, hey, mycotoxins and mold toxins make uric acid in the body, uric acid increase in the body as well. This one dinosaur in particular had a wound in one of the feet and one of the legs. And the idea of colonization of mold in the body without it being a total infection is something that a lot of doctors aren't all on board with and don't understand. The idea that the body can be colonized by a mold and then have it make all these metabolic things upset in the body and rob nutrients from the body, and make it not able to have immunodeficiencies and have allergies to different things, and also high levels of uric acid. So they are actually seeing a lot of high uric acid in a lot of other diseases as well, like diabetes. And so I was like, we understand that red meat has a lot of purine in it, and so when the purine gets broken down, it can create uric acid. So some people were like, okay, so wine and organ meat and those can be triggers for purine and uric acid in the body. But where is the red meat when the dinosaurs were alive? Where? Now, a multidisciplinary thought process would be like, okay, so if this is what is causing gout, if the red meat is what's causing gout, the purine and the uric acid buildup, where's the red meat? Alligators, iguanas, they're more like pork. Now, emu and ostrich are more like red meat, but we would have to say that this animal that was very specific to breaking down, and its DNA was specific for being a carnivore. Its identity as a carnivore is not able to break down meat. It doesn't line up very well, but we do know that fungus was alive and well in that time. Not only fungus was well and alive, but getting hurt, like this dinosaur. It had a wounded leg. Getting hurt and having that be an avenue for fungal infection to take and colonization to take place in the body, and therefore cause uric acid to build up in the body, mycotoxins and mold colonization. Because after a mold colonizes inside you, it can also produce mycotoxins. So, I feel like in just digesting that information, it would propel people in the direction of this uric acid issue as being something that is very prominent in a possible mold colonization in the body. All meat can have a little bit of purine in it, but that would mean that this dinosaur that was specifically genetically, its genetic ability to break down meat is just off. Or it could be that it's always been mold and mycotoxins being the issue, and that these wounded injuries were the avenue in which that dysbiosis started happening in its body, and dysregulation of multiple things inside of itself because of a colonization of mold and the mycotoxins that were just perpetually being made inside of the body of the dinosaur. These dinosaurs did not have a bunch of man-made toxins. These dinosaurs did not have a bunch of depleted nutritious nutrients in the soil. They had very fertile soil. They had lots of variety, and they had meat, which is the very most bioavailable nutritious thing that you could consume in that in its diet. But what it did have is mold and mycotoxins surrounding it in its environment. And another person made a point that some of the weaker dinosaurs could probably only catch weaker prey that were already wounded or infected or sick in general as well. Or they scavenged more because of their inability to attack healthier young prey. So they say it's a disease of kings. But what we also know is that castles are very prone to fungal growth. And if these kings, oftentimes the kings were wearing all these robes and they were in castles, and they were also very deprived of sun, vitamin D, which is a huge antifungal in your body. I'm always a proponent for lots of fat soluble vitamins getting up in your body, iodine getting up in your body, and boron getting up in your body. Both iodine and boron are going to make your homeostasis of your metals get regulated, take out the metals that aren't working for you, work the ones that do work for you, kill fungus, kill parasites, kill viruses, and take down your radiation load. So that's my piece. Fat-soluble vitamins, iodine and boron. And I have these pages that you can sit back and you can look and you can examine, because I'm not going to be recommending any dosages. You guys got to do your own investigations on what you would like. I can point you to some videos at times. I'll point you to some here in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed that video. Please comment so that I can understand if some of the stuff is just kind of like, or clarify some things or whatever. I like to hear from you guys. Thank you.